The Crop Nutrient Minute, sponsored by FREP and produced by Cures. The Crop Nutrient Minute is a 7-part video series in English and Spanish covering nitrogen management practices for 6 crops. Each crop has a 30-minute continuing education video as well as a 5-minute condensed version. The video series covers processing tomatoes, pistachios, almonds, wine grapes, strawberries, lettuce, and citrus.
Lately, there has been a lot of attention paid to nitrogen and nitrate, the form that can leach into groundwater. Many groundwater basins in the Central Valley are contaminated with nitrate at levels exceeding safe drinking water standards. The State Water Resources Control Board responded by adopting a nitrate control program that is impacting every industry in California where nitrogen is used as an input or waste discharges contain nitrate.
Testing of groundwater basins in the Central Valley is finding that some portion of the contamination is attributable to applications to irrigated cropland of synthetic nitrogen fertilizers, compost, and animal manures. Agronomists and researchers have devised a management approach for optimizing applications of nitrogen to crops to minimize leaching of excess nitrate while optimizing crop production.
The approach is called the 4 R's: the right rate,
the right time,
right place,
and right source.
Is there a right way to grow tomatoes, pistachios,
almonds?
Top agronomists in both private industry and universities are saying yes.
Yes.
C. A fundamental point to remember: any nitrogen source can convert to nitrate.
If conditions are right, nitrate can eventually leach beyond the root zone and into groundwater aquifers.
All this science about how nitrogen behaves in the soil and in the trees has to be translated into practices for managing an almond orchard.
And tomato planting.
A pistachio orchard.
More to come on wine grapes, strawberry, lettuce, and citrus, both navel and mandarin. You can see all the Cures 4R series at curesworks.org. Developed with support from FREP and produced by Cures.
The Central Valley, vast by any measure. 450 miles long, 6 million acres of irrigated cropland, more than 200 cities and towns, and over 6.5 million people.
Equally vast are the water supply systems that supply the regional population and food production ecosystem. An elaborate network of more than 1,000 miles of rivers, streams, canals convey water from north to south and east to west.
Deep wells tap extensive underground reservoirs or aquifers to supplement surface water supplies. Human activity in the Central Valley over the last 200 years has led to substantial impacts to these valuable water sources.
Drinking water wells in some regions contaminated with nitrate. Salt levels so high that fruit and vegetable crops can't be grown in some regions.
Government and industry both recognize that changes needed to be made in how these valuable resources are being managed.
Equally important, creating solutions that preserve the agricultural-based economy of the Central Valley, an economy that supports families and produces food for California, the U.S., and the world.
Without Central Valley food production, the U.S. would be even more dependent on foreign imports to keep our country fed, and food prices would be even higher. In 2006, a collaborative stakeholder effort was launched that today is making significant progress in addressing these water quality issues.
This effort is called CV Salts, Central Valley Salinity Alternatives for Long-Term Sustainability.
The CV Salts mission: to develop and implement Central Valley-wide salt and nitrate management plans. Working around the table in this collaborative effort since 2006, and to this day, are leaders from agriculture, municipalities, industry, water supply, environmental justice communities, state and federal regulatory agencies, and the public.